Welcome to episode 2 of FPL Top Dogs Ballyhaunis. I'm the guru, Vince Wega, here to take you through a review of Game Week 2 and how it's affected our league, which is the Christy Nicholson Pub Fantasy League, all part of the Top Dogs, FPL Top Dogs franchise we have going with the King of the Travelers and all the community we have in our WhatsApp groups and everything. So you know who you are. Got a good 80 people in the league this year, and everyone is in it to win it and playing to win. So I'm just going to go through the price rises and the price falls and expected price rises and falls through the information got from the FPL hub, and going to go through latest transfers as well. Going to do the review itself. I've got a video lined up for game week 2 just to kind of some topics, and well, a few more bits of opinion as well, and a preview of game week 3 coming up, which we all know is the international break after this weekend. So enjoy next weekend the best you can, until the 15th of September. And of course, the transfer deadline day is ending this Friday at the 31st of August, stroke of midnight. So there's all sorts of shenanigans going on with the Premier League and everyone involved in it. So let's forge ahead. Yeah, let's have a look at the video. Yeah, it'll just be coming up in a minute. Well, very emotional. Of course, you know, poor Swev. So I'm Goran Eriksson. You know, he's been a true gent and very, very successful manager across the continent and the Premier League, and manager of England. And he had that memorable and emotional return to Anfield to captain out the Liverpool legends versus Ajax. Gabriel Cisse, I think Cisse scored along with Fernando Torres, I think few others in the 4-2 win, and it's just simple messages to smile and just enjoy life, folks. And there's more important things out there to worry about than whether your FPL team player scored or he's missed a chance or he's if you conceded later on. Just we need to keep it all in perspective, and I think that's what Sven Goring Eriksson has really showed us by example. And yeah, very emotional. Everybody was a winner today. It's just fair play to Liverpool Football Club for that. You know, realizing the dream, and God rest Swev. So let's have a just quick recap, if I can, with the video here. Yeah, game week 2, of course, you know, the big conundrum was, are you going to triple captain Haaland? And something like 477,000 people did triple captain Haaland, and we can safely say it was, you know, a success there. 3 goals, especially the last one. So 17 points goes to 51. Also, there's a lot of the, you know, more experienced protagonists of the Christy Nicholson. You all know who you are. We're back for a while, and we're still killing it. And after game week 2, and we'll see you game week 3. Obviously, the review. I've gone up 665,000 places, and I've not even played the trip. And Gordon came through very well, 92 points, and I'm 155k overall, 166 points to boot. So that's just a general recap. And there's Haaland, the man himself, 477k. Yeah, I do feel as if I've got away with murder this game week, because it was such a, scary enough. I know 17 points down in the masses, but kind of that 92 I have this game week. I think I've pretty much negotiated this scary thing, and I have the trip cap in the pocket here, and I don't see the chips as something to get rid of them quick, find a way to, and that's not my philosophy. It never was. My philosophy is always to keep them as long as you can to the end. And I know there's a lack of double game weeks, and especially ones massive double game weeks, obviously, because especially the third round of the FA Cup. FA Cup now is going to have its own dedicated weekend, so there will be less, but there's going to be some, and I'm sure there'll be that one team. It could be Liverpool or it could be Tottenham, and you have a crack at the two games, and I think I can ambush a few managers down the line, and I've mitigated. I feel as if I've got away with it a bit this week. Salah scoring eventually, and Gordon obviously coming back with that goal at the post late on against Bournemouth, which they were lucky to get out of that 1-1. Yeah, look, this is just an absolute calamity. It's shocking what's happened to United. João Pedro steals the show late on. I think he's a great asset at 5.5. He's still 5.5, but he is due a rise. Whilst Garnacho and Zerk star in a remake of Dumb and Dumber. Now, I know it's harsh, but geez, it's just like, are you joking me? He couldn't get himself out of the way. It's impossible, but it was offside, and then they go on to lose it 2-1. It's a total Laurel and Hardy job from United. Look, I'm still a big fan of Eric Ten Hag. I know eventually United will get it right, and the youngsters are the future. UGART is possibly going to come in as a young central defensive midfielder, that will kind of take over the reins of Casemiro. Fair enough, but I think it is a project. And look, Man United today reminds me of the United in the 80s, where I saw, I don't remember the Brighton FA Cup, the 83 one. But I definitely remember the 85 one with Norman Whiteside. I remember where I was. I remember when he scored. I remember when Kevin Moran got sent off. All these memories were all in there. And I remember the 1990 FA Cup win. I remember the 91 Barcelona Cup Winners' Cup win with Mark Hughes. I think that was in Holland, the final. I remember all this stuff. And that's what kept us going. When Liverpool were winning all them titles, and the FA Cup to me still is massive. It's a great jewel to win, and we won it last year, and the ladies won the FA Cup again. So it's an amazing double. I'm happy enough. I know where I am in the United thing. Somewhere down the line, Ten Hag will probably get everything into a line. Whether he reaps the reward of what he's doing further down the line, I don't know, but I think generally we need to give this project time, and we are seeing silverware, unlike some clubs I have been affiliated to, and still kind of somewhere in the nether regions in the back of my head. So next one is look, Super Mo's just absolutely. I've moaned about Salah for years and years, owning them since I first started this in 2012-13 season. But it wasn't until 2014 I got the Christy Nicholson going with this pretty small number of people. the Max McShirton's League was massive at the time. Most people entered that then. But I thought, why not try our own? And that's how the Christy Nic started. And look, I've moaned about Mo a few years ago. He went to the AFCON. I got rid of him. I kept, I got in Son, and that absolutely was. And I never got Salah back after that. And it was a great decision because everyone got Salah back. I kept to Salah all the way to the last game week, and he scored and assisted, where most people got rid of him to get on Son. So like I got obviously got on Son, but I didn't sacrifice him to get Salah back, and that turned out to be so. Apart from that, I've always moaned about Mo. He's missing penalties the whole lot, but I still probably have owned him 80% of the time of all my drafts, and everyone knows the moaning. He's never been really fantastic with the bonus points, has he, over the years, and he has been harshly done with chances and, getting done for offsides and all this missing chances and being unlucky and all. But this year he seems to be a magnet. Like, he's got a goal and he gets the 2 bonus points. Something's happened in the bonus point system that might help Mo. And I really do feel that it's going to be fairer for him anyway. Nobody knows what's happened to Fulham's Robinson, how he got the magical bonus point 24 hours later. So there's a few bits and pieces that are a bit kind of shady with the bonus point system. Players getting points rewarded 24 hours later, but it's passing precision and all that. I don't really go into the specifics of it. Really, for me as a manager, I'm not one of these statistics driven, up to data driven managers. I'm more like a gut call guy, an eye test guy. That's kind of where I'm at, and you won't get all this. Oh, he's got. I won't read you a list full of expected goals and expected assists, and he's due a goal now. I think that's a load of guff, really. You get led by statistics, and so do millions of other people, and you're all doing the same moves, and you're all in the same boat, and you're all absolutely cursing the AI world for, oh, look at the state of me. I rather be 100% responsible for every decision I make, and that's the way I'm sticking it. Nothing better than the real thing, where Supermo Sal outguns Jota and is bonus point system friendly. And I think he is. I think he will. Normally, he'd have to score about 3 goals to get to the 3 bonus points. Everyone knows that. But the 2-0, and he didn't get overshadowed by the clean sheets, which I'm delighted. Although Trent did absolutely everything. I think he did have an assist of a sister. He had loads of key passes. And he had loads of crosses in the box, and he's not managed to get on the bonus point system, but he's kept a clean sheet. So, that's the crack there. So the Book of Anfield 10-6. So yeah, I'm just saying that most managers are trying to mitigate Mo with Jota. Not many are using Diaz, who he got the 14. Like, fair enough. Like, he deserved the assist as well. But most, like a fraction of them, are using Diaz. It's really Jota or some people have Salah and Jota, fair enough, and TAA, but it's not a massive percentage. Really, most people. So I don't have Jota, but I have Mo. So, this week, I'm happy with my lot there. That regard, rant over. Right. Next is I was at the game over at Wyatt Lane. Sure, I do have the season ticket. It's a long story, I tell you, but it provides me entertainment and access to the Prem, and I'm not going to lose that over anything. Sonny shows there are many ways to skin an FPL cat this templateless season. Yeah, it is a templateless season. Now, the templaters, I see them, they're on Twitter, and they're all trying to get this Rodgers in the team. He's got no assists, although he has assist of his sisters sort of thing. Yeah, he does look good, yeah. But it's about FPL points. It's not about humming and hawing and wishing and hoping and there's 2 birds in the bush. I've got a bird in my hand, but I'm going to try and get onto Rodgers in the bush, and an Eze in the bush. No, maybe Eze is a bad example, but you know what I mean. I'm not going to throw one bird away that's getting me points for two that are in the bush, and I'm not getting points. So you could say, and then Kunku, and unfair for Rogers, but he's definitely in the pear tree, that and Kunku. He's in Gonku. He is in Krapku. He's gonna score points, but who knows where he's gonna be in that Chelsea system? Down the left, down the right, down the center, down the middle. God knows, wing back, left, inverted wing back. I don't know. I don't care anymore because I don't have him. But I did see Van de Ven assist. He raced the length of the pitch, and it was phenomenal to lay on Sonny, who from an acute angle got the second. So yeah, very very happy to see the double clean sheet there. So it was so you're going to be thrilled enough. And that really helped the 92 for this game week. So I'm happy to have negotiated this triple threat of Haaland. Right. So yeah, the Wolf Pack. Chelsea have 6 appeal with Madueke and Palmer looking. If only I could get this thing. I got something here blocking the. Good, it's gone. Chelsea have 6 appeal with Madueke and Palmer looking to join your 15-man squad Wolfpack upon on woes being done 6-2. But can you get to Palmer, Nirvana? Still 9.5. I think he hasn't risen yet. I think he's due to rise very soon, maybe even tonight. So keep an eye on that. Loads of people can't actually. He's 10.5, excuse me, but he's going to rise to about 10.6. So it's going to be awful hard to get Cole in the squads without major surgery. I've got in Madueke instead of in Gonku. Okay, so that I think I'm just going to use the 5th midfield in my team as a sort of kind of a call here now and again, because I do like to make a punty call, and look, who knows where Madueke is going to start. That maybe obviously down the right is where he was playing the other day for the Hattie. I'd love to have Cole Palmer, but you can't have him. This is a season where you just can't have everyone, and it's driving the templators crazy. This, the 10 players, they just have to feel secure in, oh, I've got a Rodgers and I got an Eze, it looks and feels great, and I'm gonna absolutely haul this over the next 10 game. I can't do that. I can't do that. I tend to kind of just do a punty call here and there if I can. And this is what I mean. FPL paying for Bruno, Garnacho, and Kunku owners. Kunku's due to fall again in another day or two. Beware at 6.4. Garnacho is due to fall again, as well, as we'll see later on, to 6.4. Bruno has already fallen to 8.4. Watkins is due to fall soonish, but he might be propping up and prevented from that. We'll see. I'm not sure. I confirmed that he has dropped or not. Kwanzaa is 4.4, but he's due to drop in the next couple of days. Hendo, these guys have been, a lot of them have been in the template this season, and they've absolutely fallen. There's no clean sheets for Hendo, although he did do the other night. I think it was Norwich. They were playing in the EFL Cup. Eze as well. So Eze's been the most unlucky. So Eze and Ollie, I think, are the two. Obviously Bruno, but I wouldn't want any of them until I start. I'm kind of waiting for what if they do something like Palmer does, okay. But while they're doing nothing and scoring nothing, it's the pear tree. They're in the bushes there, okay. I'm Bruno. They're tweeting away, but they're putting on their show, but they're just not getting points at the minute. They're dodging the points. So if you have any of these, it's devastating at the minute. So you're just gonna have to look at your team and negotiate a way out of it. The top dog of this game week is Cyril Collins, unbelievable, a 98 triple captain. Obviously, underdogs, Dave Cugnon, trip cap, Dylan Lyons, like myself, we've done brilliant without the trip. We'll have a look at the team there. James Crane's on the free hit on the 94, but I think I know why he's done that. I think it was to get Haaland in. Jason Goldrick at 94, trip cap. And these have been great calls. Very, very brave calls. My hat goes off to you guys. Andrew Cannon, 94, brilliant score with a trip cap in the back pocket, man. Love it. Me, the Guru on 92. Jackie the Dancer Maloney, 92, trip cap. Dearmid, the big friendly giant Phillips, 89 with a trip. Sebastian Lankiewicz, 89. He's done a trip cap. Dave McNamara's done his trip cap on Haaland, 89. Stevie Stratford Nolan, 88. Fergie Great Guns Walsh, 86. These guys, they haven't done their trip. Ross, 118 O'Hara, 86. And Jackie Coyne and Sujendra, 85 each. So you can see that a lot of people have been able to negotiate this trip cap. It's unbelievable. Great scores, guys. Congrats. Next, what we have for you. Yeah, just a review. I'm happy to get over this game week 2. It was scary with the Haaland stuff against who was it again? Ipswich at home. It's just taking the lead, ruining the clean sheet again for Edison. It drives you mental. Like all the City defenders, Walker, Stones, Ake, Ortega, they've all gone down 0.1 mil. Loads of City players have gone down 0.1 mil. And I've seen this season, it's very hard to get a price rise at the minute. There's like, I would say there's about 12 to 14 price rises tops this year so far. But there's been like nearly 70 to 80 price drops. So loads of teams that, if you've had any of them guys at the beginning of the slide, the Brunos and the Ezes and the whole lot, Kwanzaa as well, you've got most of these guys in your team. You could have been down 0.5 mil. And it was too early to do a wild card because these drops have come in pretty quick. And before you know where you're thinking about a wild card, you're operating at 0.5 or 6 million less. So it is, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. But in this case, you just didn't see any of it coming. Yes, I have got rid of Garnacho and then Gonku, the car wreck write-offs of my team for a trendy and sporty Matoma and a Medicae models. So yeah, look, I think Matoma is very, very good. I'm not too bothered about Arsenal anyway. Look, it's possible something could come up for Brighton. Yeah, any sort of attack and return, I'm happy enough with Matoma. It could be a 4-1 or a 4-2. Brighton are a brilliant team. It should be really exciting to see what unfolds there at the weekend. Amada K is my punty thing, and I'll give it a go. I know he's not guaranteed. It could be, Nkunku gets the points this game week, and Madakai comes off the bench to do this cameo. I don't know, but we'll give it a crack. I only did that so I could save the point. I got off on Krunko because I knew he was going to fall to 6.5. I got onto Maddie at 6.4. I made 0.1 mil, but then Madakai goes back up to 6.5, and I'd done that at 1 a.m. on Monday night. And with the Matoma move, he went up to 6.6. So over the whole of shenanigans, I've saved myself 0.3. I've done a 0.3 million net gain or consolidation. And no one in my team at the moment has had a price drop. We'll see later. The Jota is good, but I just don't think he'll cover my Mo in the long run. And also, he is prone to a few injuries. I don't wish him anything wrong. Look, I have him in my draft team, which is flying the duo draft, so don't want anything to go wrong. But I just think Mo is Mo. The preview, I'll have my strategy for game week 3 to 6. Wild card, that's a possibility because Arsenal's fixtures turn brilliant. They have Leicester at home, and a great run after that. So I have to get onto Arsenal somehow. But I could roll everything and let everything go, and then have 3 free transfers for then. We'll see. I think I wouldn't mind having a wild card further down. Um, down get if we can get it down to somewhere in December, still with a wild card, you can use that to lead into dead end into a bench boost, and then have my trip cap at the end somewhere where I can ensure myself a great possibility of a green arrow on the last day, or that game week 37 or 35 or 6 is bound to be a double game week somewhere. Yeah, that's all. I made my savings, the 0.3 mil. I'm happy enough for that. Yeah, this is the latest now. I've took these off the FPL hub. So this is nearly all the price rises we've had nearly. Madikay's gone back up to 6.5, Matoma 6.6, KDB's up a 0.1 to 9.6, Emil Smith Rowe, grateful. I've had him from the start and I love him. Scored a goal, 5.6. Faze I have as well. He's gone up as well, 4.1. Robinson from Fulham. Yeah, these are two good guys to have if you have them for the future. Fulham's fixtures turn. Leno might be a good option as well. 4.6 there. Salah's eventually he's gone up to the 12.6. Haaland's 15.1. It's all awkward now getting to these guys. I see lots of people are considering getting rid of Haaland so they can have Salah for when Haaland plays City, or for Arsenal when the Arsenal play City up there. So there's a thought that the best defense kind of keep a tabs in Haaland there, and so people are all doing their shenanigans. But for me, I just wanted to keep it simple and just have both, and I'm going to stick that way because it's less complicated. I've noticed the last 2 years I've been overthinking it, I've walking myself into nightmares, and then doing all I can to walk myself back out into the day, but it ends up as a daymare. So I just stress free this year. It's just not going to go through us. And so loads of managers are just trying to figure out or use free hits to get Haaland in. No. Jackson's gone up to 7.6, Welbeck 5.6, Wissa 6.1, and Rogers 5.1. Eventually Rogers went up and with Wissa last night. And we'll see possible risers for tonight. Keep an eye out for Jefferson. João Pedro should go up to 5.6. Romero looks like he's going to go up tonight, 5.1. Lewis from City, 4.5 to 6. Palmer looks like he's going to go up as well. In the next day, Raya looks like he's going to go up 5.2 to 5.6. And then over the next 2 days, keep an eye out for Villa Zanana and Welbeck going up again to 5.7. So Welbeck is being hammered. Well, I prefer João with the penalties. But yeah, fair play to Danny Longlegs. Could do with him over United. Sooner Haaland comes back to bear. So in Kunku, in Crapku, sorry, I'm being a bit kind of passive aggressive, but look, he's gonna do something. He's a good player, and but not my problem anymore. He looks like he's gonna fall. Possibly again tonight. We'll see 6.3. He's been hammered. That's 23%. It's gone way up now. That was data from a while back. Chilwell's gone down 4.9. I think Foden's gone down as well from 9.5. Kulusevski's gone down. Somerville's gone down 5.9. Clivert from Bournemouth has gone down. I really fancied him, but he's not really hit the ground running it. Tony's is gone down 0.2 million recently. Tony looks like he's gonna go to Saudi, this Al Alfet over in Saudi Arabia League, but there's a possibility that Chelsea are gonna go in for him. So Chelsea are gonna figure out if they can sort something out with Victor Osimhen from Napoli. But it's a question of which one of them is going to go to the Saudi League, Al Ahly, or which one of them is going to go to Chelsea, or Chelsea just going to buy both. It's just I just don't get Chelsea. It's an absolute it can't be healthy or good for that club to have so many of these players. And Sterling now is just going to stink the place out, possibly. Is training with the kids, but Man United are looking to swap him with Sancho for Chelsea. Another, uh, um, and Chelsea know you can only play 11 players in the team. And maybe they've heard, maybe they know something, and in 5 years it will be 13 aside. Um, Somerville 5.9 from West Ham, which is disappointing. I see Fulkrug as well has gone to 6.9, so not a lot for West Ham. So summer lads to get. Bruno Fernandes 8.4, so demoralizing if you have him. Look in Garnacho looks like he's going to fall as well. When does he look like he's going to fall? Garnacho looks like it could be tonight, so he could fall to 6.4. So be careful. Haaland has already fallen to 6.9. Henry from Brentford 4.4. Dewsbury Hall's fallen, and he's not got a chance. I think he could be star player for Chelsea, and behind the three troublemakers up front for Chelsea. Awani's fallen. Mikalenko's fallen. Walker's fallen. Rashford's fallen. Pickford's fallen. Muirk has fallen. Euro from United, he's barely got his legs in the door and he's injured and he's down to 4.4. Ake's gone. Murphy's gone. Jamie Ward-Prowse is down to 6.4, but he could go down again. Apparently, there's word that he might go back to Southampton on loan or sold because he's got 17 minutes in the last two games. And obviously, he wants to get back in the England fold. And the World Cup is in the year and a bit time. So that's what the likes of Tony's got to be wary of as well if you're going to go to Saudi. Wilson, yeah, he's dropped for Newcastle. DCL, Dominic Calvert-Lewin's dropped. Harvey Barnes has dropped. Sarr's dropped. Alex Moreno, I think he's transferred out. I forget where, 4.4. Ortega from City's down. Kudus is down. Isus is down. Darwin Nunez is down again. 0.2 to 7.3 and Stone. So that's half of that is roundup is City players. Possible fallers tonight: Lee Chang, McAllister from Liverpool, again Elliott from Liverpool, Anderson, who's just had his move to Fulham from Palace. I think he could be saved because I think he's a great asset for Fulham. He's going to do well, and he's got an attacking threat as well, as we saw when he scored against United away from home last year. Matson looks like he's going to go down. Bruno Gomes is going to go down possibly tonight. Garnacho, as we said, Gakpo should be going down tonight, 7.3 from 7.4. And Eze, keep an eye out for Eze, folks. You might have to make a decision because all these guys are about 100% effect minus 100%. Okay, so it's not an exact science, but when you get to that number, it's very, very, very likely you'll get the drop, but not mandatory. Day one, so one more day time. Quanta looks like he's going to go down. Carvalho, Odegaard, 8.5. I don't, at the minute and the way Arsenal are playing, he's not getting the chances. I think 8.5, maybe 8 would have been a more reasonable getting price with Odegaard. I wouldn't have him with Bruno Fernandes, although he had a great season last year. Rice is going to possibly go down next day. Jamie Ward-Prowse, we said, will possibly go down tomorrow night. Nkunku is possibly going to go in 2 days' time or so. Mopai, me, Sterling, and Shar. Now, Sterling could be a great asset because the transfer window will still be possibly open. He goes down to 6.8, and then keep an eye out for him if he does go to Old Trafford because he's 29. I think he can still do a job. But, we got Ahmed, Diallo, Ahmed, and a few others, youngsters that we should want to be given a go. So I'll get rid of that, and it's more or less, I think that's nearly that's the video done there. So that's a little bit of work done there now, folks. Transfer center. Darrow O'Shea, Burnley have done a lot of business in the championship. They got rid of Sander Berg. I think did he go to Fulham? Darrow O'Shea has left Burnley as well. So 25 million. Keep an eye. Fulham. It's a good, very, very good signing. He's got Prem experiences. he really is a fluid midfielder there. Played 37 times for Burnley and is a Norwegian international. Daryl O'Shea, as we said, he's back in the Prem as well. I'm sure is at Wolverhampton. Yeah. Oh yeah, Liverpool are closing in on Chiesa from Juventus, I think. Ivan Toney has to make a decision over Chelsea, and with Victor Osimhen as well as in there. Yeah, I think he's gone to Wolverhampton anyway. Is it Daryl Shea's the 16th departure from Burnley? There was a big leak there in the Burnley camp, the management sending that email to the players and just giving them terrible comments of what the management think of their players. And the players got hold of the list and it's just caused pandemonium. That was on Talk Sport today. It has been reported Fabrizio Romano. The 7 million offer has been made for. Okay. Yeah, West Ham, that's fine. It's not much more there to talk. Sanders back in the Prem. Yeah, a quick note of Darwin Nunez. He got on that big spectator brawl with the Uruguayans, and he's got a 5-match international ban with Uruguay, and a lot of them were said they were protecting their loved ones in the crowd when the Uruguayan team was beaten by Colombia, and Nunez has gone into the crowd there, but like it's Rodrigo Bentancur from Tottenham has got a 4-game ban, so maybe there's something in behind all this Liverpool thing with Darwin, and it's just really shocking stuff, and hemorrhaged. I think somewhere down the line, Darwin and Gakpo will be, great. Could be 6.9 by Christmas. These guys, and I think they can do a job. We're just monitoring what happens to if anything happens to Jota or to one of the Liverpool lads. These guys will be going straight in, so they're still on my radar. Not for the time being. Latest transfers, as we've already discussed, Chiesa, Manuel Ugarte is a possibility, as I said, with sort of Casemiro role. Blues target Osimhen offered 25 million for the deal. So yeah, I think I can be happy enough with that round up with the trust. So keep an eye out, and I wouldn't advise anyone to be using a wild card now, or even in game week 3. We got the international break coming up, but yeah, we want to know for sure after August the 31st who's going to be in the squads and who's out. And I think it's a massive disadvantage as well, the September, to close your transfer window before the European continentals do is very, very, it gives them the advantage really, and you're still going to be unsettled because I think you can still sell your players to Europe even after August. It's just the Prem players. This is the team. I'm delighted with Flecken. He got the bonus point for me. I think he got a load of saves. I think he got 6 saves in the end. Yeah, 2 bonus points. So really, I think Brentford are going to be good in a few more game weeks to come. Their fixtures will relent, and I can imagine myself getting on Ibuemo pretty soon. I'm monitoring Gordon and Isak, and I've got a lot of money tied up in Newcastle. And if they blow out against Tottenham and it's a 2-0 to Tottenham or something stupid, I would feel pretty easy to get off these two, and I could spread that between Mbuemo, and I don't know if I'd have enough in the bank to scramble Cole Palmer. Probably not. 7 and it's 15. 15.5. Cole would be 10.5. So yeah, it's the 5 million. So it's not impossible. but it just depends on price rises and price deductions. This is Brentford. So after, West Ham at home, Wolves at home, United isn't, massive. You could see a Buemo, but I definitely keeping an eye. I think I can see myself somewhere down the line. Definitely getting a Buemo. We'll see what happens to Tony first, though. Paro, delighted, got the goal the other day, clean sheet. Yeah, Van de Ven. Who would have thought a double Spurs would have been good? But I wanted to have something to kind of shout and spur me on when I'm going to Tottenham. I have some sort of interest in the game, rather than just hoping whoever they're playing against scores against them. TAA there, okay, he's dodging points, but I'm still having him. Some people are saying Robinson is putting up good statistics, especially assists and crosses and all that sort of good stuff, and it's a million less. So if you're doing your wildcards later on, possibly Robinson could be good value. Who's his competition is to Simicast, or does it think it's Bradley, who's deputizing for TA. Smith Rowe's been a great call from the start. Gordon's come up trumps there. Nkunku is gone, and Ngunku. Ngunku, I'm coming up with all sorts of names. Mo Stain, I'm going to alternate these two all the way up till game week 13. They're not leaving. Garnacho's gone as well for Matoma. And Isak, I hope it's going to be a 3-3. Power scores too. And look, the Newcastle game is going to be massive. I'm going to have 4 guys in this game week 3 against Tottenham. This is what we have in game week 3. Arsenal, Brighton. Look, Arsenal could just do a job there, 1-0, and that's it. And Brentford, Southampton. I'm not completely convinced of Southampton. They had 11 men against Newcastle, but loads of shots. But I think Brentford will wear them out. Everton and Bournemouth. Everton buoyed up with that 3-0 win in midweek in the Carabao, so against Doncaster, the mighty Dons. Ipswich and Fulham. I fancy Emil Smith Rowe there, or Andreas or someone. Who knows? Munoz might come good eventually. He should do. But Ipswich look really good at home, especially if you get over the first half intact. They kind of, I think it's just that they put everything in the first half and they go all out. Leicester and Villa, that will be tricky because Leicester will be buoyed up there with the Spurs results. And we'll see now. People will have Watkins and thinking about Watkins. He'll be going down to 8.9. So as he gets down to 8.8, I definitely want him after game week. He'd probably be in my wild card if I did one in game week 6 or even pull the trigger of game week 5. We'll see. It's not locked in. But even though he's had those chances against Arsenal the other day, look, I think he's Ollie Watkins, but he's not getting past the 70-minute mark. Fitness issues, of course, but he will come good. Forest against Wolves there. And West Ham versus City, I'm going to be captain Haaland. No problem with that. Palace now look like they're going to have Eddie Nketiah. So Nketiah is going to go to Palace. We think he's had the fitness, the fitness test there. It looks like it's all okay. To sit on their bench with Mateta up front. That should be a great call for Cole Palmer if you have him. I wish. I love Cole Palmer. I have him in my Sun Dream team. Killed it for me last game week. And that's the big one, Newcastle Spurs, and then even massive ones for United and Liverpool there. But I wouldn't say personally I'm a massive fan anymore of any team, mainly just my FPL team. But I'm going to have 2 Liverpool in there, and I want them scoring against United. I have no problem losing that 3 or 4-0, as long as 2 for Salah, 2 for TAA. I don't have any United involvement anymore. Garnacho's frustrated the hell out of me. I'm just happy to get away from that mess, the mess, El Garnacho mess, and the mess at United. I just I've got no stress now that I've got rid of the 2 of them. The 2 Ronnies, Bill and Ben, the flower pot men. I should have put a mock of them too. Garnacho and Kunku, Bill and Ben, the flower pot men. I'm showing my age now. Just Google the flower pot men. Um, yeah, so great game week. So going forward, this is the team for game week 3. After that, then it's the international break. Delighted to have Flecken. I was thinking about Henderson, but I didn't get influenced by the influencers. Let them have their Twitter AI. I've stick to it. I originally had me, but I'm happy now, just the 4.4, and I got the other 4 million Brentford lad in there, and I'll have the Embuemo possibly somewhere in there. So I don't see that. I'll want 3. On the bench is a funny one. Fraser and Barco, for as we know, Fraser's out on loan to this Zult Waregem, but his price will be locked in, and I'm not going to lose. And Barco's price will be locked in as well at 4. Not going to lose Sevilla, and so that's an issue. But at the moment, Faze is getting great time. He scored the other day, although Nkunku blocked him from coming on off the bench for me. Thank you. So that was a bit of anger in that one now. That's my downfall when it comes to FPL, possibly. You need to be cool and calculating and passive aggressive rather than aggressive. So yeah, and we are going to be all watching out on Sunday, the big game for them going. But I'm delighted to have Smith Rowe. Haaland's going to be. I think there's going to be points in the team there. I'm going to be set up very well for Brighton after the Arsenal game. He could rise again in price. Who knows? Matoma, it's going to be great value. João Pedro is going to be brilliant. Look, if you got Danny Welbeck, fair enough. And Minte as well is going to be interesting. Any of the defense, Dunk, Veltman, and they're going to be great assets. You could even see 3 of them there in the future. And also, you want your Chelsea out. I could sneak in another Chelsea somewhere like, Augusto. I could see it. Looking at Spurs with the fixtures coming up. They've had the nice ones, but now it's going to get trickier. Brentford's not going to be easy. Buemo could score there. United away is always a psychological problem with them. Brighton away, they got stuffed last year, 3 or 4-1 or whatever it was, 4-2, 5. West Ham is never easy, home or away. Palace, again, it's another London derby. Then it's Villa. I think he could go up like 4s and 3s rather than 3s and 2s there for Tottenham. I don't like it at all. But I think if you got Son and you've got Cole Palmer, I'd be trying to swap between them. And if you don't have Saka, just use your 5th position to kind of swap between whatever you think is a good game week to get one of them in, and just do a sniping job. I do like sniping, and that's why if I do get off the double Newcastle, I will keep enough money so I can snipe in a Saka, snipe in a Palmer, and before you know it, I've got in and out, done me damage. Nobody knows what's hit them. I said, "Oh, what's the Guru done?" Oh. That's just keep people on their toes. So I'm going to go with that, roll the transfer, and see where I am after the international break. All bets are off. Let's have a quick look at the King of the Travelers. I'm topping it. I've got me 2 out of 2. Kevin Morley took out last game week, took out the average. Okay, that was handy enough. Stevie just losing out to Joseph there. Diminished, not this year. Connor Hussey winning out against Owen. Owen's got good pedigree in this. The Guru Killers, he's won his game. And Rossi, sounds Balladrinish. Joy, maybe he's from there, I don't know. Joy and Enan took out the Maeve, and this is game week's 1. Andy Cunyon taking out the long dog. Starman won his one against the cow, the crumpet. Don't see Jan this. No, it's a shame Jan's not in this. Yeah, I would love to have Jan, but like you put the codes out and it's down to people to click and and there's nothing you can do after game week 1. Then the fixtures are done. So, but good. Ross 118 O'Hara's in there, which is he's a good friend of Rory Harford. That's how I met him. Met him in London, and we watched the Ireland Scotland World Cup game. It was a Rugby World Cup back then. We went to the Faltering Fullback in Islington. Great game, great pub, great music, all Irish music. So that's where we are. The game week 2 coming on. Stevie's won. I think he's won again. He's bet 118, and Patrick Kiley, the pup, is won his game. Cal's 2-0 for 2 now. Andy Cagnon's 2 for 2 now. Joy Nina's 2 for 2. And the Maeve, the Maverick, James Knight just lost out to the average there. I've took out Kevy Morley, sorry, and the Guru Killer taken out Ramiza Russell. Yeah, John Kelly clicked in. Fair play to John for clicking in here. Connor Hussey, good stuff. He wins. So it's pretty competitive. Should be very, very interesting. There's a lot of people on 6 points yet. Can't really tell too much. And I'm out to win everything, man. I'm absolutely going to take no prisoners this season. Yeah, well, have a quick look at the draft. I'm 2 out of 2 in the draft. This is the draft duo league, FPL duo draft by Jackie Malone and Stevie Nolan, who've done all they can to promote draft, and they finally got us obsessed about it for years, trying to get us on it. So he's got like about 10 or 12 tiers. I'm in tier 3. Tier 1 is the best. Cancer and Vince duo. I've won my last 2. This is who it's in. Joey Neenan down here, 12. We'll have to pick up here. There's a few good. I've played a lot of these before, so especially Brian and a few others, Colin and a few others of Paul as well. So delighted to get a 2 for 2. The pressure really comes off you a lot when you get off to a good start, and then when you fall a bit, you can mitigate and you can take players on waiver, which are free players when nobody's wanting. So Becker's done well for me. Romero, lovely, scored the goal. Saw him. So actually 3 players for Tottenham that day I was keeping an eye on. Delighted to have got Jota in the draft. Bruno De Bruyne here was my first pick. Darwin was something like 7th or 8th pick. I really concentrated in the midfield. I've drafted in Joe Linton. I had Wissa from the beginning as well. The Stupinan, he was a call. I took him, and so was Shaw. I took him. Took Vardy as well, and he came off the bench in game week 1 instead of Darwin Nunez, and he gave me that goal from Tottenham. And it comes down to a bit of luck. Well, I'm happy enough for this, and I'm going to keep it stum. I don't do a lot of trade activity at all. I just tend to rely on myself and pick up players that are kind of out of vogue, and then wait for later for them to come on, like a Stupinan. But I probably won't risk a Stupinan against Arsenal. He probably won't be risked. That's just something. Vardy might be good to have at home. I'll have to see. You'd have to back against Darwin. But I probably back Vardy against Darwin at the minute. He'll probably still be benched. I don't think Arnie Slot could be that manager who will just stick with who he's got, and he'd be that sort of guy that will just firefight as the fights come. And there's been no firefighting at the minute. Liverpool's been really straightforward, and it's been just 2-2-0s, and it could be 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, and they'll have a song about that up in Anfield at the Cop. So yeah, I'll take that, and that's the latest update. So hopefully at the end of this season, I'll be able to get to tier 2 or get to tier 1. And look, I've come from nowhere with draft. Stevie Stress, Nolan, Knowlesy as he's known in this, and the dancer Jaxie and Knowlesy from the FPL draft duo. They've done everything they can to promote, and I am how I am because of those lads. They've taught me everything. Watched all their videos on Twitter and Instagram. slot ball. I like that from Connor Hussey. That's just a right. Standing of the knot there. So that's another update, and we'll just take you through the review. Comes more or less at the end here. Spend possibly another 10-15 minutes looking at this. Somewhere this is the Christy Nicholson Pub Fantasy League. So Jason McGoldrick in 94. He's done his trip cap. He's got off Fernandez from Madison. Good call, because that was a net gain there. Bruner's probably got us 2 points, so you know that's what it's about. Small differences, and that. But then now you're going to walk into a wall of trickiness with. I think Newcastle haven't been massively convincing defensively. And they have a lot of injuries. Shar now is out. Botman isn't back yet. There's a lot going on there at Newcastle at the back, but they do have Pope, and he could be good enough to blank Spurs. But we'll see to believe it. That could be an open game. That one 2-2, 3-2, either way. But yeah, I think Madison could be fine for the Newcastle, but Arsenal coming up, and the tricky run they have Brentford and West Ham, and Villa and some Palace, and as I said, tricky, very. I think they're tricky fixtures for Tottenham, because there's something in it. They're London clubs, or they're Villa were top four and took them out. Most of them teams don't have anything to fear from Tottenham, so that's why they're dangerous, especially West Ham. Like, doesn't matter how they are in the league, it's Tottenham. So yeah, good stuff from Jason here. Love that he's got Flecken. Munez will shine. I wouldn't panic on him yet. Rogers is going to be great for later on the fixtures. Barco fine. Semenyo is absolutely killing it. I think he did score the other day against Newcastle. Loads of attacking returns were forecasted, and a massive expected goals of them were like nearly 2. It's by far the best player, that he could have had a cricket score, really. But yeah, very good player. Should be interesting. I'm not sure about Livermento here. Guardiola. Looks like 6 million Man City defenders are not worth it whatsoever, and I don't think they ever were worth it. The end of last season has kind of gone into this season, and look, he probably will step up with a goal here and there. But again, the pair tree. He's in the pair tree. Look, yeah, Smith Rowe's fine, and he's got my favorite thing, the Salah Haaland template. Well, it's not a template. None of them are templates. The fact that it's just a Haaland Salah template, a Haaland only template, a Salah only template, or neither template, which I haven't seen neither templates. You'd really want to, head. You're playing for fun if that's the case with neither. Right, so Dave Cunyon, good stuff. 97 trip cap. The trip caps have worked. Again, Rubens, the loss. I know it's Ipswich. You should be thinking of getting a clean sheet, and Guardiola. So that's frustrating. And 97, imagine a little bit more attacking news. So just keep Ipswich out, for God's sake. And they should have got a penalty as well. So that could have been even worse for Guardiola. United's Onana. He's got the United thing going on there. Great 97. Congrats. Ollie Watkins, again, I wouldn't panic, because he's a bit like the Isaac, isn't he? The two of them are a bit of a meh, but you want to hold on to them. It's just a funny one, really. You know that they'll get chances. Winks has probably come on for Solanke. So again, Solanke, I think he'll come back after international break. I don't think he'll drop in price. I don't think he's forecasted. So I think he is a hold. But it is frustrating to have to rely on the bench there, although FaZe did okay, but was unlucky. But it's a great score, and congrats to everyone who's done their trip caps there. They did pay off. Now, the Hitman Nestor, long protagonist of the Christy Nicholson League. He's been in for years. He's come close to winning. He's been on the podium a couple of times, and he's got great opinion. And it's great to see William absolutely killing a great start, because it's all, for me, for the last few years, like William, we've been just struggling down the 70s, and before we know, made no movement since Christmas, and it's all give up and throw everything out the window, or throw the TV out the wall, or whatever, or you just bite the bullet and dig in and try and creep up. That's what I tend to do. But yeah, well done, Willie. Pope, fine. Again, I'm not sure about the Newcastle defenders at the minute. Jota's been a great call. There's no Salah. He's been covering Salah. Saka's been doing a great job. He's fixture proof. He's hit the ground running. Between himself and Foden, Foden is just not. It's hardly just able to start a game because I think Pep might just believe that give these guys time to rest and recover, and they've just been to the Euros. But Saka's right in there from the off. Great FPL assist, and I don't think he's risen yet, which is crazy. Can't believe it. He's not. So, great call. It's great to see. It's a great call with the trip cap there. Willie has got it right. You're in great position. Maybe could have got a little bit more points there, 83, but California for White. That's maybe a sideways move a little bit. But yeah, he could haul. He could haul. No, he's very attacking. Kudos, a few bits and pieces there. I'd rather a bow on there, but anyway, good stuff. And you're well up there. Another very good score. Must have got about 75 in the last one. So if you're getting 75s, 83s, and 69s, you're gonna for the next 38 game weeks, you're gonna win overall. That's the way I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it as if I can get 70, an average 70 every week, you win top dog or top, not just top dogs, the whole thing, mate. Connor, the Hussey, he's got all his chips in the back pocket there. Very interesting team. I wouldn't. Okay, Eze's predicted to fall in price, but by God, I think he got a goal late on, and he had 2 goals disallowed in the League Cup match the other night. I think it was at Birmingham they were playing. I'm not sure. But he had 2 goals disallowed and he scored a goal. And so, sure, he's just a ticking time bomb ready to explode. I'd be even with the price drop, I'd still keep him if you still have him. But I don't, so no, it could be in my draft. And then the templators of this who've had them from all along, I get the benefits. I know I will down the line with Ollie Watkins and Eze. I know it. But the way it falls this year, that could be the way it works. You just don't know. Zinchenko, not a chance. He's not a regular starter. There might be a bit of wasted money in there, so keep an eye. João Pedro, terrific. He's ticking away. But these two, I wouldn't panic. Mikolenko, he's dropped in price. It's a frustration. Dallo's underperformed, although he got the clean sheet the other day, I think. The 1-0 against Fulham, and Henderson's not been good, although he did keep a clean sheet and he done really well. The League Cup, Cyril Collins, the high score of the week. He took the -4, so I put down a 98. And so Mope and Fabianski gone. Fair enough with Jebson, yeah, and Henderson. I see where you're going with that. Regular starter. Saliba's fine. Not too bad. See a lot of people with this Todibo. I think West Ham, but I'm not no idea what's going on there. Loads of people have him in the Sun Dream team though. Ahmad, good stuff. 102, 98 net. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Again, looking at this team and say, how in God's name have you got 102 points? It's like some sort of cheat code here. I see more 1s and 2s in this team than I see 10s and 8s and 15s. That Cole Palmer thing has really made a difference there. But then again, you take that, he's still got an 85, I think, without Cole. And I'm still seeing 1s, 2s, and 1s. And okay, the 61 points right there in 2 players. And then so 3 players have really netted. Low, Foden's not come on, so somebody's come in for his team there. But yeah, it's a funny one. I don't know what to feel about this team. Just feel there's a kind of under representation Liverpool, and there could be low more points, but who's to say? 155 points and with no Liverpool points. Wow, brilliant stuff. I think this is proof. I think Cyril Collins here is proof that you can do it. This season, you can play and do any which way. There's actually no right and there's no wrong this season. And this is the sort of seasons I love with FPL. The last 2 seasons have been a draft thing, a draft. You can't leave the draft. Oh, it's just been a living, walking nightmare. This boring, actually. This season seems to be exciting, and it's caught people off guard, and people have to start thinking. But this year, I seem to be stressing less. The last 2 seasons, I've been stressing more. So maybe that's a relationship about how you do, really. The less you stress, the better you do. Who's this team? Yeah, Andrew Cunyon. Eyetest looks really good. A lot of attacking kudos there. Cunha could have scored more against Chelsea. That could be a really good pickup there. Seems to me that he's had Cunha in for a little while. Great call. I think he's been, 94 is terrific. Great team. Lots of stuff on the bench. Very universal. I love that he's got Bowen there. Again, Bowen, Cole Palmer, Gordon, Diaz, these guys are going to start. Porro, they're going to start. Saliba, Sanchez, they're going to start. If I had that team, I'd have no stress. That's the way I feel, and he is right now. He's just chilling. Duncan, nice guy, Hannon, laughing away. 74, delighted again to see a guy like this doing well. Like myself, we former winners of the Christy Nic. We've fallen quite a bit the last couple of years, and it's just been, I call myself the retire guru last season. But yeah, Duncan being a Spurs fan, I love that. It's Maddie, well done with Maddie. Solanke was the intelligent move, getting Muñez, but it's a shame that the 4-0 win with Solanke there, so I mightn't have got one. So it's kind of, it could have been a lot better. So that's quite unlucky there to hear that news lay on with his ankle, but he should be back for the international break. We'll see. He could be on the bench for Newcastle away. I doubt, just because it's a lot for covering an ankle. But yeah, Mo and Haaland, I love that. And it's just, again, 74, you mightn't be too pushed, but without playing your trip cap, 74 is like a good score to get out. Just get the game week done. You've kind of negotiated. You're 7th in the Christie, 154 points. 715k is fine. You're in a great place. It's not as if you're 70 like we were for most of the other seasons. Joe Linton scored the other day, but again, that's unlucky there. Ramsdale. Not sure why Ramsdale is in your team, bro, from the start. That's money locked up. But yeah, that's going to do well, and good luck for next week, Donkey. Sajendra there, good game week. 85 from Malaysia. Aidan Gaffney, an 84. Liam Herr, another 84. Neither of these three have done their trip caps. Diarmid, the big friendly giant, is it? Yeah, he's done his trip cap. He's got an 89. Good stuff. Let's have a quick look. What sort of template? It's not a template, but he's gone with the Joshua Haaland thing. Yeah, fair enough. That team's doing well. You can get your TAA in there. Eze will fire. Muñoz should be firing. This and Konku. I just feel with Diarmid's team, it's probably about 15 points on the floor if you see all the chances Muñoz has had. And Eze, God, maybe 25. So it's just unlucky. Dylan Lyons, he's in our Gone to the Dogs WhatsApp group. Just in this year, seems to be very excited and really on it. I see in our chats. And he's gone with Diarmid with the Joshua Haaland template. And Zhao's going to do well. He will be rested with the European games if they're in Europe. I think they're in Europe, Brighton. TA's in there. Garnacho's a frustration. Quant's a frustration. A few bits of price drops in there. Keep an eye out for Garnacho tonight. Could drop. Yeah, great stuff. Found a way to get Cole Palmer in there. So this team isn't going anywhere. Uh, this team's going to this is the team's going to stay at the top. As I mean, it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be in the top protagonist here for quite a while. Let's see what 118's got. Yeah, okay, it's a little bit. Yeah, Sells is a good call. Anderson now has gone to Fulham from Palace, so he's going to do well. Rogers is fine, good bench. Um, you love Rowe against Ipswich possibly next game week. Saka's fine, very good, interesting team. Yeah, and it's definitely got a bit of your personality in there. You got a bit of your Lily Whites in there now. You love your white for Kildare lad here, Ross. He likes his white, though he's living in Dublin now. Pat, the pub Kylie, 75 there. So the Jota, Salah, and Haaland. That's I think eventually that will pay off, but I'm not sure about a few of these. And Walker, it's just you get one or two of these decisions slightly wrong. But 14 is fine. There's a lot to make up with. Walker will eventually get his start, but at the moment Lewis is keeping him out. He's been playing all summer with Pep, and he's been coached, and when Walker's been away with the Euros in England. Ethan Keane has dropped a little bit from the 65, which he's gone for the Salah. At least Salah, that goal has really saved his game week, so I can 5 fires for the next. But no Haaland in the setup. I just couldn't have a draft like that. It would just drive me around Lula every week. I'd have to give up watching Premier League football if I had no Haaland, because I'd just be too scared to watch it. Jackie Coyne's done well there. No trip cap, 85 is fine. Get through the game week. Most of the trip cappers are around 85 to 95. Some of them obviously 102. But yeah, that's fine moving forward. I take it. Smith Rolls, good call. Barco for Pedro. I must have a few quid in the bank. Is that Barco for Pedro Poro? And I don't say, oh, he's on the bench. Don't know why. Might have, not sure why Poro's on the bench there. You get him in and then you have him on the bench. But anyway, you could have him on the bench against Newcastle. I wouldn't though. Gary Higgins, he's gone for Mo Salah. There's no Haaland again. That would scare the hell out of me. Parma, great. Okay, if I have Parma, I'd want to have Saka, especially if I've got no Haaland. There's no excuse. Martinelli, bad call. Trossard's coming on and showing him up. Kwanzaa's had the price drop. Raya's going to go up in price soon. Smith Rowe's a good call. So this is a bit of a mixed team for Gary. Some good, some bad. 76, middle of the, bit better than middle of the road. Ivan De Mello, an 80. We're going to the star, man. Still fine enough, as I said before. 76 is fine. In and around that, you're not trip capped. You have it in the back pocket. You can live and fight for another day. 149 is fine. The leader is, just keep in touch. You're, 29 down. That's fine. And in a season like this, you could get a player in and blindside everybody, because everyone else has got their own issues. Everyone else has either got a Haaland or a Salah. They've got both. Some have got none. Some whatever. I think the template's broken from the beginning, and the FPL have got the pricing absolutely spot on. So yeah, good stuff. I love that he's got that. Bruno frustrate him. I know 8.5, and Kunku, ouch, can't stand it. Harewood's just a facility sort of dude. You don't want him in your team all the time. Poro's going to be fine. I think he's fixture proof. The double goalkeeper rotation, don't think that's going to work this season. You want to get your 0.5 million and put it in somewhere else. I don't think this is a wildcard team yet. Not at all. West Ham, I don't think you panic yet. I think Bruno will come good. He'll get a penalty. I'm not sure about Nkunku. So if you got a couple of transfers, think about something, Ado. Rory Halford, as you know, he invited 118 in. We went to the NFL game at Tottenham. I think it was his beloved. Team is from Toronto, is it? They're Canadian, but no, Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills it was versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, the Jags won that game. So that's the story there. We had a good night out the night before in Islington, as I said. Look, the thing is that Rory will know himself that this is very, very close to, normally the template sort of team. That most of the guys that, the Twitterati would be looking at and going for. So, I mean, it's okay, you play safe and then find your own style later on. I can understand why people do that. Um, a lot of these decisions are right, but a few of them haven't turned out. He's stuck in that. At least one good thing about Rory, he's not stuck in the Bruno train there, and he's got no Unai whatsoever. So he's dodged the Garnacho thing. So I wouldn't be too beaten up about that. Eze's going to be fine. I think he's scored, although he's played a lot of minutes. He played the full game the other night in the League Cup, and he scored the late on. So, and the two disallowed goals. I can't remember who they were playing. Birmingham were at home to Fulham. They won. I think it was Norwich. Yeah. So yeah, he scored the goal against Norwich and a two disallowed. So I think Eze, but he scored. He's played again. So we'll have to see now. He should just play from the start, but he's injury prone, and if he overused, I just don't think I'll go there anytime soon. And just he's not got off to the start, and he's playing a lot of football already. So it'd be just my luck. I get him in, and then bang, he's feeling his bloody hamstring. But see, look, I am a big fan of Eze somewhere down the line, but at the moment I'm looking at Embuemo. Though I'm a good guy when it comes to players, right? So that's the crack there at Rory. He knows himself. It's a good solid score, 72. The dancer here, Jack Maloney, he's over in Vancouver at the minute. He's the other half of the FPL duo draft that we're all in that I showed you earlier on. Leno's a good call. I love Anderson. Robinson's brilliant. He's been brilliant. I'd like to have Emil Smith Rowe instead of another Fulham, but I think the Fulham going forward is going to be brilliant. They have Ipswich next. Andreas, I think, is the guy. He takes the penalties. Bruno's and Bruno and Eze are probably doing his head in, and then Kunku. So again, what a great score to get. 92. And I'm looking at this and say, where did the points come? There's been a 10 and a 7 and a 6 and a 51 and another 6. Well, I'm sure Tots up, but Solanke, I wouldn't panic. He will come back. And I think this team looks like he can do without. And Bruno, I think, Eze, owe you points. And I think Nkunku will start games. But who knows when, where, but soon, one day, waiting for the rest of your life. Yeah, Humphrey Bogart, Casablanca. Mark Phillips, the Oracle. Can't go through everyone, but you have to have a quick look. He's would I no Haaland in the team? Oh my god. Oh, Mark, you must be pulling your do you want to stay young? That's what I would say to the Oracle. Do you want to stay and look young while you're in Australia? Jeez, you're kind of goosed into having to do Salah every game week, and against your beloved Man United as well. I'm not sure. Um, Everybody knew Haaland as Ipswich coming up, and they have West Ham away, but I think Haaland scored two one season at the beginning of last year, whatever it was. I remember he did the Buddha sort of um, pose, didn't he? Look, Palmer has saved your neck. It could have been absolutely carnage. So next game week against Palace, you could captain Palmer. Probably would. And then see what Salah does. But going forward, anyone without the Haaland thing, it's just going to be, it's going to be a brain wreck. For me anyway. Neil Lacer's Carney. He won't be happy with the 67. He's had a great season last season. Good stuff from Seb. Well done from Poland. Long time in Ballyhaunis now. Great family, and he's off to a great start. And he's on it. He's got the trip captain. Well done. I like the Xerxes move. Let's have a quick look with him. 89. He made our top dogs board for the game week 2. Well done, bro. Madison's a good call. I like that. But again, Gordon, I wouldn't have got Gordon now, so I would have tried to do something else. He did score. I'd like to cover a Newcastle, either Isaac or Gordon. I'm not getting rid. I don't think I'll get rid of both now, but depending if I can get to Cole Palmer in a couple of moves, I might, or even 3 moves. Definitely under 3 moves you could, but the damage by Palmer could be done then. So I'm just hoping that Medicaid will kind of mitigate a touch. Probably not a lot, but he did against Wolves. He mitigated them against Wolves. So that's Sebastian's team. I think he's an Arsenal fan, so he likes his Arsenal. I think he is. 22, I need to service. Again, the City defense is a frustration, and they didn't keep the clean sheet. So, yeah, that could have been easy at 120, but City with their defense. Robbie McCormick in 27s. We have to see Stevie Nolan. We've seen Jaxie. What's he done? Okay, this is again another Haaland Jota draft, and the rest picks itself. The TA, the Pedro stuff. I've just managed to have Salah. Most of my money from if on the Bruno's gone into Salah, and he's got the Son, which is so. This is an example. What I want to say to you is that if you don't have Salah, and even if you can really mitigate Salah through. I'd like him to have Saka. If you can get up to Saka from Bruno and twiggle about a bit, someone else, I'd have definitely Saka after game week 6. Sonny is kind of fixture proof. He should be on pens. But again, there's a lot of money tied up. And I said, Spurs, I'm not, my guess about the Spurs results isn't that massive. Going forward, Joy, the Commando Neenan, 2-time winner of the Christy Nic heavyweight here in the league. He kind of beat meh about the start of the season, and as you see with Rory Halford, it did quite look, but similar to like the template going forward, but not all the templates had Robinson in it, but there was a lot of mootings of him being in from the beginning. Gabriel has been in. All these players have been mooted, but then again, I don't think the template did have Salah. It had like a Jota in there and a Saka as a Wood is good call. He did come up trumps the other game week, but I'm still not sure. Rogers is fine going forward. Barco's price is locked in. Yeah, I just think with this would have been. I think Rory Harford's the mission, the Rory the mission. I think his one was more similar because he got Manu's in there, but this is quite similar. Joey knows himself, and I think that's the way a lot of players want to play it safe and not lose too much, and they didn't get the look that they should have really. At least he doesn't have Bruno Fernandes in there. Great call. He's got Jota plus somebody in to make up the money to Wood. So it's kind of okay. And I think going forward, Joy, it's versatile enough to kind of pivot somewhere else. But I wouldn't be panicking on Eze at all. The law of averages, he is absolute. Oh, if you have him in your Sun Dream team, he picks up points for every shot he has on target. Can you imagine? Last season I had him in my team. He didn't get any assist or any goal. Palace won something like 6-0, and he's got something like about 25 points. I couldn't believe what I was looking at. It was all them shots and targeted, about 7 or 8 shots. And Fergie, great guns, Walsh, steady as they go. With Joey tucked in behind. Fergie came. Trying to think, was it second or third? He came second, and Dara Hunt out Moore came third. And the Christy Nic last season, and Rory the Mission Halfer came fourth. So the Fergie Arsenal fan, he's got a bit of Arsenal there, which is terrific for him. A good start. You know what you're getting. Pickford's been a disappointment. Bruno, jeez. Lewis, that he's been a good call. Unlucky, hit the post the other day. Robinson is okay, so it's a bit of it's okay, not too much to worry about. At least these guys are playing. Armstrong can come on. He's taking penalties for Southampton. Yeah, Gordon, like it. The more I see the team, I like the team. I do. I generally like it. It's just a call on Bruno now going forward, although like he's got Southampton away and Liverpool next. I'm sure Bruno's going to pick up points, and Gibbs White's has done well. You know, he was in original templates at the beginning, and a lot of them, and he's picked up his goal. So I think there's not an awful lot of damage in this team at all. 86 is brilliant. He's got his cap in the bank. He's not too far down on the Christie, and he's a dangerous player, and he's not going to go away. Pickford, the 5 million, a bit too much in there. And who wants Everton now at this stage? So there's a little bit of firefighting in here, not too much, and a call on Bruno. Um, if I was Great Guns, I won't give him advice. He's killing me last 2 seasons in the Christian overall. But imagine if you had Cole Palmer in this team. Oof. Sean Shaky Herd, just a quick one on Shawnee. He's got rid of Solanke to get Wooden and Emerson to get the clean sheet, but that didn't work out. Villa didn't get anyway, so it's a bit of a kind of sideways. It ends up sideways. Anyway, a moot game, zero-sum game. Rodgers is fine going forward, but again, he's flattering to deceive in a way that, yeah, he looks great, but it's all about points. You know, who else is the other, Emil Smith Rowe, if you could get to him, but you have, I'm sorry, but you know what I mean? I'm not too sure about Rodgers. I know I haven't watched a lot. I did watch against Arsenal, and he probably, one of the best players in the pitch, of course. He looks brilliant, but, he, at the minute, he's got a wooden label, a wooden thing around his neck with 2 points, whereas Smith Rowe's got a wooden thing around his neck with 10 points. That's what I'm seeing. I'm a bit kind of blinded in the light of Emil Smith Rowe, but you have him anyway. Fair play. Yeah, Guardiola in most of the templates. Yeah, looking at this, actually, it is pretty very templatey. So you can see now the templates are in and around between the 15th to maybe the 30th or 35th. 15 might be a bit too much for the templatey teams. Ederson's a lot of money tied up there. It would have been great to have a Flecken or I'm sure there's other value there. I just wouldn't waste the 1 million on a City keeper. That's fine. So yeah, that's just an interesting, thing that I noticed now in a lot of the template teams that we can see. Yeah, we have to comment on James Crane. He's done his free hit. I think it was to firefight himself. I wonder does it actually go into your team from there? The reason why James, I think it was to get Haaland in. But the issue is going forward, like from game week 1, why would you want to do a free hit to get Haaland in when you can get him in from the beginning? And Ipswich is coming up next. So although the free hit worked out well, and I know you have to do it. So James, he got 47 in the first game week. Yeah, he didn't have a Haaland. I kind of saw this before. I wanted to talk about this. Yeah, so obviously Bruno, I think he'll do well. It's a Friday night. You're looking forward to the Premiership. It's Fulham. You fancy Bruno, like, if he got a goal, he should have got 2 goals. He was clean through with 2 of them. So that's just pulling your head out, and then I've got to do something. Free hit everything, and it's worked out just like what the trip captain guys did this week. James has used a free hit to do kind of in a similar what everyone's done with a trip cap to get Haaland in, but he still managed to. But he's used a free hit, but he's only double captained Haaland. So to get the 94 points has been a really, really good job. He's killed the free hit. You just have to, hold your hands up and say that was a great free hit, bro. He might be injured now. Cash, Van de Ven, Udogie, fair enough. Great defense there. Paquetá, it could be taking penalties. That was a good shout. Welbeck's come up with trumps. Unlucky with Watkins. Could have been a lot better with the chances against Arsenal. Again, could have been better. Another 15 points, but Yeah, got the 94. It's just, thinking from the beginning, really. Um, well, most people have spent a chip anyway. So he's had Van de Ven and Udogi anyway. He had cash, had Pakatari. He's got off Palmer just to get in Haaland. Oh, not made many transfers in that one, Jamesy. Got Palmer in there. Yeah, didn't do it. Just do you know what do you know what I would have done? I would have just took a -4 or even a -8, and I would have still had the free hit, and I would have triple captain Haaland, and you would have got more points, and you would have negated the -8. 17 onto that would have been 111. Get rid of the -8. I'd take 103. Oh, never mind, James. James, it's fine. Sorry, just thinking out loud. Which is no usually a very, very bad thing when it comes to Guru. Huey Carney, Patrick Caulfield there, good scores. It's all around the 76, 75s. Looking at I haven't seen Connor's team, but let's see how templatey it is. Check, kind of check with Powell, check, kind of with Robinson, good call with Porro, kind of check most, a lot of drafts at him, check. So you see where I'm coming from. Emil Smith Rowe, good call. But then again, you have to be awful careful the first few game weeks of the season. Really try and get all your money out on the floor in the first 11 and maybe hold one or two back. Phase is a good call. Bark was a good call. But I wouldn't have had Smith Rowe on the bench at all. Although you want to play in Kunku, you'd have to make a decision on, look, he's not playing. I just don't want to run the risk of having a load on the floor, especially in the first few game weeks. But at least he has Emil Smith Rowe. So that's what I mean, the templatey thing. You can see where everyone else has got in and around that. Tommy Cunyan, the 52, good score. From, I was going to say, Seamed O Breogil. I don't know in Irish, so there's Sean O'Gill. Scahill. Oh, Neil Cooper Fuckle. Isma Dum. Unshin Isma Dum. Dermot Duffy in there, 77. Jack Carney, 68. Won't be over the moon just for curiosity. He's done the Haaland Jota thing, which it should have probably yielded him a bit more, but Ja is a bit more his own man, his own thinking man. The Black Lunatic. I think it was a fine call. Havertz worked out in the first game week. Woods not too bad going. He scored nearly 15 goals last season, didn't he? Mazarao is got the assist, but just not sure. Mitchell, that's not worked out. Pickford's not worked out. Madison, okay. There's just a lot there that's doing a lot better. Like this, Saka's doing a lot better. Sonny's doing a lot better. Obviously Palmer. If you don't have Saka in the team, you could have fitted in, or if you don't have a Salah in the team, you could have fitted in Jota and Saka or Cole Palmer. It's just what I'm picking up there. Could have been, and like Foden, okay, he didn't play, so that was a call. And Timber, he's a 5.5 or something, is he? So lots on the bench. The money is spread kind of too much between the 15, if you know what I mean. Look, Foden's not played, so obviously maybe Smith Rowe came in. But I've played Smith Rowe from the beginning because I'm talking to Fulham fans over here, and I also know the position he's in, and I know what he's doing for Arsenal, and he's fit to fill, and he's come from Arsenal, it's a massive club, so I've had him in for the beginning. So again, I think it's money's spread out a bit too much here. I would be consolidating more into a brilliant 11 and find a way to sort out this midfield ASAP. The Guru Killer, Kevin Kilbride quickly. Yeah, it's a very similar to, well, it's not really. Bloody, wow, it's not. Well, Salah, yeah, it's not the template team. There's no Haaland. Was kind of nearly everything about the template team except Haaland, which is a funny one. You want to spread the money around, so at least the Guru Killer's got Palmer. He's captainable for next day out. I just don't think this is going to be good enough to get to sort out the Haaland thing. And I wouldn't have Guardiola or any City if I didn't have Haaland. I'd just rather have Haaland and nothing else, which I have in my team. So there's money tied up there. So it looks like a terrific midfield, you have to admit. Wouldn't get rid of Watkins, but it's just a thing going forward. Maybe somewhere down the line something happens to Haaland or he goes in bad form, but every season he starts on fire. But there you go, Guru. Killer. You're not the Guru, but you try to kill me. Sean, Sniper, Gilday, Flecking Guardiola's third. Odegaard. It's a call. Garnacho. Ouch. Kwanzaa. Ouch. Ouch. Oh, very unlucky Sniper. Not got much of the luck there. I'd nearly be so miffed to do a wild card in anger. But with the Haaland there, not sure about Mateta. Chacho's fine, isn't he? Usually when I look at a team like this, it's always a Saka in the team. That's what it's crying out for. And Odegaard is killing it for this team. Yeah, this doesn't look to be too much wrong with this team. It's just very unlucky with the bench stuff. The price falls. Solanke in that team against Spurs, as I said, if he was starting, he would definitely take a goal away from Son. The first one, anyway. Definitely the first one with Pickford. He'd be in that position. So can't really go into too much further with everybody else. I'll just scroll it down so you kind of have a quick look to where you are in this. You can get this at livefpl.net. It's free to use. You just throw in your ID number and you get all sorts of data on your team, the whole lot. Ryan Brand should not be down there. I'm telling you, should no way. He's quality everything FPL. So I better leave it at that. That's what I can do at the minute, and just wish you all the best for your next game week. As I said, I've given my top many bits. I think for my own, I would love to get Cole Palmer in there, but I have Madike at the minute to sort something out. I don't feel I need to sort out any issue. I think eventually I could have to do a wild card in game week 6 just to sort tidy up this stuff at the bottom with Fraser. But it's only like 8.5 in there. Phase has gone up. I'll wait. I think by the time you do the wild card in game week 6, Faye will go up another one. A few others will go up another one, and you get some proper team value. Remember, it has to go. Your player has to go 0.2 million, and you gain 1.1 million. When a player goes up to 0.3 million, you still gain 0.1 if you sell that player. You have to wait until he goes up 0.4 million, and then you get 0.2, and then you can decide to get rid. You don't know, cash in, or sometimes it goes up so high in team value for that player that he's gone from 5.5 and now he's 6.9. And if you sell him, you're not going to be able to get him back. So it's a tricky one. Sometimes there's just too much built up in that player to get rid. Last season for me, it probably was Foden. I just knew I couldn't get rid of him. Otherwise, that was it. But yeah, that's me going forward. I'm happy enough. I think this team will get. I'm just hoping I'm not going to even touch wood, whatever. But that's the crack, and that's my tuppenny. And give us a like and a subscribe. Vince Wega 171074 on YouTube, and good luck with your team. Thanks for watching, and yeah, it's Guru out.